Happy birthday, Gigi. I knew when I married this girl, we were going to have lots of fun, lots of family fun. That first trip to Hawaii was awesome, getting everybody together. And then that trip to Florida, where Gigi reserved the entire resort for all of us. That was so much fun. Getting the family together, having the pool, the whole place to ourselves. Those are memories that will last forever. We had so much fun. The kids, grandkids, cousins, everybody was having a ball. And it meant so much to us. That trip to South Beach in the big limo, that was awesome. And I'll never forget everybody laughing, having fun, driving down South Beach, people looking at us, wondering who's that crazy family was. And then the stowaway who grabbed onto the back of our car. We went to that great hamburger place. Gigi's always looking for the best. And then we arrived at the ship, the Oasis. We had that huge deck in our cabin for everybody so that we could get together. That was fun as we watched shows during the day and in the evening, and everybody could be together. Gigi always does things where we can create memories and create things for the entire family. We had fun, whether it was dining, dressing up, getting everybody together for those fun times. And then my other great trip is the villa to Cabo. That staff was awesome. And getting everybody together, they had fun. The grandkids in that pool, the food was outstanding. The desserts were over the top, and the food just kept on coming. You know, I wanted to get small beach balls. Of course, Gigi, is going to order the big and the best for our kids. And everybody had the most awesome time. And then when we went fishing, and then we didn't catch anything, but everybody had a great dinner, great time. We had lobster. That fishing trip was awesome with the drunken captain. We'll never forget it. Dinner around the round table. Gigi, you are so awesome. This family loves you. I love and adore you so much. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gigi. I have been having more fun just thinking about what I want to say in this video and going back in time and having lots of laughs. And I hope these things make you giggle too. I went all the way back to when I first met you and the things that drew us together immediately. Our love of Young and the Restless and Ashley being our favorite for many years. And that's when we had the old VHS tapes. And you were just a beast, Gigi. You had them all on VHS tapes. So I would come down from college and just sit and watch those. That was one of our first things that we had more fun talking about. And our love of all perfumes. You got me so into perfumes, Chloe being especially the first. And our goal was always to be, people could smell us before we entered a room. We definitely doused ourselves. I remember the very first Christmas I was a part of your family and you presented me with this ginormous, I think it was L'Oreal or Revlon makeup kit that had like 18 million shades and lipsticks, and I just thought that was the best thing I'd ever been presented. I loved that. So you spoiled me with all that girl stuff for sure. I don't think I'd ever been in a Neiman Marcus until I met you. And I really didn't know what gift what purchase was until I met you. And so that was a lot of years ago, almost 40 years ago. That's kind of nuts. So anyway, I have so many fun sayings that I now hear myself saying all the time. Dollars to donuts. This is a mell of a Hess. The stories growing up over the years, learning about your little girl days and your teen years and you and Bogey falling in love as young teenagers yourselves, just is so heartwarming. I know family's everything to you, and you've been through a lot. And it shows because you have spent, well, I've been around for 40 years. Todd and Craig were just little guys. So I feel like I've been around a long time. It's apparent family is everything to you. And we all sure appreciate it because you bring us all together and create incredible memories. So now that I'm a grandmother, there's so many things I'm going to do and take it right from the book of Gigi. I will for sure have a treasure trove somewhere here in the house with all kinds of fairy gifts like you did for the girls. Oh, here comes Steve. I'm doing my video to your mom. Okay, so Big Boy showed up. So I took a pause and invited him into my private video session. I'm never left alone too long in this house. So I have some more things to say. Now that the camera's on and I'm looking at myself, I love my Mrs. C's look. Mary C's, I'm taking over for you, Gigi. I'll never forget when you said that. When you grow old, you just want to be like Mary C's. And at the time, I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. I said, who's Mary C's? And you said, the lady on the C's candy boxes. So I'm looking at myself because I can't see anymore. And I had my Mary C's glasses on, which is so appropriate. I'll keep them on because I can actually see now. So I was talking about all the funny sayings your mom's had over the years, like dollars to donuts and mell of a Hess and
Fam Dam.
The Fam Dam. And when I wore my powder blue prom dress and I was in the kitchen at the Irvine house and I thought I would look like, hot child in the city. That's a Holly and Sean term. You came up to me and said, you might want to take off your Swatch watch. Because I didn't know how to get glammed up at that time. So I was in my beautiful prom dress with my ugly blue Swatch watch. We laughed about that. And in terms of being, I'm now onto my grandmother time. So I'm gonna do the fairy tale or the fairy trunk for the kids. When they come, they're gonna have all kinds of goodies to run back and grab from. And they can eat whatever they want at my house. And they can stay up as late as they want at my house. And I hope that we can take them on special trips like you have with all of our kids. I love the 10-year-old birthday extravaganza trip. So, Liam, be ready. Not sure where we're going. We have a few years, but anyway, Holly, happy birthday. I feel awful that we're all like out of town on your birthday, but hopefully this gives you some laughs and we will make it up to you when we can all rally and get back together again. And I leave it to you.
How come you can't see my mom? Isn't this a face thing?
You're not that old yet.
Is she not in there? Oh, this is just a video. Oh God.
Do you need your glasses?
No. I am Harry C's. So. Hey Mom, so happy 80th. We love you, and it was fantastic to be a part of your 20s and 30s and 40s growing up, because like I wrote to you, I had a wonderful childhood. And like I said, breakfast for dinner with you and watching Saturday Night Live unbeknownst to Dad and all the
Monty Python
crazy, goofy stuff you taught me, all the fantastic parties. You gave me a great respect for the fine details in planning a wonderful party and event and extravaganza. And I love you, and you are an amazing mom, and for my kids and Craig's kids and Todd's kids and incredible grandmother. And Gigi is the perfect moniker for you. We love you and couldn't be more happier to send you this video. And like Sean said, we'll definitely get together and celebrate it in style. But we love you and happy 80th, and to the greatest mom, grandmother, and great-grandmother now too.
Oh, geez. Gigi can be used many ways.
Gigi.
Gorgeous great-grandmother.
Yes, G3.
I wish we had a filter on this. We love you, Holly.
Horizontal stripes make you look fat too. Right? Isn't that what they say?
I don't know. Jeez, how long have you had that shirt?
You guys bought it for me.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Or you got it from one of Todd's golf tournaments. Okay, we love you.
Love you.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy birthday. Hi, Gigi. Happy birthday. I hope you have the absolute best day ever. I really am just grateful for all the special memories we've shared together, like when you came out to New York to spend that time with me. We went to see Mean Girls on Broadway. We had champagne at the Lot Hotel. You took me to Kleinfeld's. You really know how to make all of us feel so loved and so special and create the best memories, and you deserve nothing but the best yourself. I love you so much and hope you have the absolute best day ever.
Hey Gigi, Liam and I wanted to say happy birthday. We hope you're having a wonderful day. We wanted to share that some of our happiest memories with you, for me specifically. It's really an accumulation of all the times you pulled me over to the side around the holiday times, and just super complimenting all the time. So thank you for always being like that. And when Liam's a dad and I'm a grandfather one day, one of the things that I hope I do in a very similar manner that you do is just be a really good gift giver. I feel like that's something, an area that I can improve. And so I hope when this little guy has his little guy that I can do something like that like you do. So thank you again. Happy birthday. We love you. And I hope the family is treating you well.
Happy birthday, Gigi. I love you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday. Looking back at just all of the years together, and one of my favorite memories was our duo trip that we did for my round 2 of my 10-year birthday celebration to New York. And you and I going there, going to the shows, wearing my poodle skirt to Greece, going to the M&M store, as well as flying together. And I remember you surprised me with my first class tickets. And I remember we had horrible turbulence that you weren't the biggest fan of, but I remember having so much fun on that airplane. And just kind of going to the presidential suite and basically just being queens of New York City. So I really will always have that trip as a wonderful memory. And another thing too that I hope to embody as a grandparent when I get there one day is to be ultimate trip planner, ultimate gift giver, and ultimate party hostess. So those are all the things that I feel like you've already taught me very well, and I will hopefully be the one to continue that Habermill tradition for years to come. So I just want to let you know I love you so much. I can't believe you're 80 years old, and I just love you so much, and I hope you're gonna have an amazing birthday celebration. So can't wait to see you, can't wait to celebrate you, and love you so much.
Happy birthday, Gigi. I think my favorite memory with you was the trip to Palmilla all those years ago. That was probably the most luxurious vacation I think I'll ever go on. So I'll always remember it. And I just had a blast, and I thought it was great how welcoming you were into your guys' family at the time. And I was just happy to be there. I had a great time, and hope we were having a great 80th birthday.
Happy birthday to the best grandmother out there. When I think of Gigi, I think of 3 things. First, I think of organization. You can't say Gigi without organization. Second, I think of pizzazz. And third, the best of the best. So some of the best trips I've had with Gigi Well, it begins on my 10th birthday. On my 10th birthday, myself, my cousins, Aunt Brandy, Uncle Todd, Gigi, and Bogey, we all got to go to Hawaii. A vivid memory I have from that trip was when we got to swim with the dolphins, and also myself and the cousins throwing ice to the dolphins from the house right on the water and getting in trouble for it, of course. Second, my favorite trip, one of all-time greats, was when the whole family went to the Caribbean cruise. That one was fun. Even though I was younger, I still remember a lot from it. The zip line, all of it. And third, one I can never forget is the Mexican cruise, or the Mexican trip to the resort when we all stayed at that big house with the pool, and then McCall ate the fisheye. That one was fun because it was laid back and you got to spend so much time with family. I'll never forget that trip for sure. A funny memory, I tell this story to Gigi multiple times, is when we were at the old house in Irvine, and upstairs she had a treadmill, and like always I was just trying to goof around, so I called Gigi up there to show her how fast I can run on it, and I kept cranking the speed up. How fast can I go? How fast can I go? And I was barefoot at this time, and so she was not too fond of it, but I had a blast. And I remember her nervous anxiety kicking in. Also, every time I used to spend the night over there, from growing up to even now, she's always there. Anything I need, I get it. Bogey cereal on deck, of course. She's always looking out for us. I can't express how thankful I am and how thankful the whole family is to have a grandmother like you. You always look out for us. So many great memories with you and so many more to come. I'm so thankful for you to have this graduation trip for me and the tight ends, and just be able to celebrate, especially with you there too in Newport. I'm just so thankful to really be a part of this family and have all this love and support from you. So Gigi, I hope you have an amazing birthday. I'm always here for you. I always love you. Love you so much.
Happy birthday, Gigi! 80 years old, wow. Congratulations, that's awesome. So, I've been thinking of this a while. What's my favorite memory of my mom? It's gotta be when we lived at Beleza. Todd and I were in the kitchen, and you said, if you don't go upstairs or something like that, I'm gonna throw this orange juice on you. I'm just kidding, we're not gonna talk about that one. Actually, Mom, I have to say my favorite memory with you is probably when I was maybe 12 or 13, maybe younger, when you allowed me to ditch school on Friday and you took me to Palm Springs for the weekend. Remember that? We stayed at the motel back then, and we was in the pool, and we went out to breakfast, and we did a lot of other things. So I don't think you probably remember that. Well, I think you do. And that was probably one of my fondest memories of you. And I think we either took the Dicker and Wicker van back then. So you remember that one? Yeah. So that's my favorite memory with you, Mom. It's probably spending the weekend in Palm Springs with you. I still remember that to this day. So that's it. And love you.
My favorite memories with Gigi are probably the many trips that we've taken. The ones that stand out to me the most are the ones that Craig and I took with Bogey and Gigi. One of my favorite being when we went to New Orleans, Louisiana. And a favorite memory during that trip with Gigi and myself was when we were trying on boas in the store and being silly, and we had hats on and beads and boas and just being silly. Another one that stands out a lot is our trip to New York when we went to Central Park and had breakfast and walked around and sightseed. And then Cabo stands out, and also the cruise. My favorite part actually was the hotel, being in the hotel though, in Miami. That was awesome. And Gigi always goes way above and beyond. Like, no vacations ever compare to the ones that Gigi plans for all of us. We're very lucky, and we love you very much, Gigi. I love you, and happy birthday.
My favorite memory with Gigi is by far our New York trip together when I turned 10 years old. And I loved it so much that I kept just about everything from the trip. This is the Matilda program, the Aladdin program. This is the Empire State Building pamphlet, Empire State Building ticket, the hotel keys, more play tickets, one of the tour bus little pamphlets, and last but not least, the plain napkin. And I kept it all in a box, and I cherish that trip so, so much. And I love you so much, Gigi, and I hope you have the best birthday ever.
Happy birthday, Gigi. One of my favorite memories was when we went on the party bus in LA and had to do the scavenger hunts. And like we got like costumes, and like one of the scavenger hunts I did was go crash a wedding. That was one of my favorite memories with you. Happy birthday, Gigi. Love you.
Mom, happy birthday. I was thinking about putting this video together and thinking about all the great experiences I've had with you. Too many to talk about in this video, but let's start off with my preschool career. So jump in your car. Told you that the sleeping cot smelled like urine, and little did I know that was the end of my preschool career. The very next day I was at the University of Dicker and Wicker, where I learned way more valuable lessons. How to be a savage negotiator with those cutthroat Chinese guys at Guanyan. My sanitation class that I took with you showed me how to properly spray down a toilet seat with Lysol. And last but not least is how to celebrate your sales goals. So this was my most fondest memory was, calling you or hearing that you did $1,000 that day, and that meant that we were doing some fine dining, most likely at Tony C. Landing, which was such a cool experience. I loved it, and it was always fun to hear your excitement and certainly share the excitement later on at dinner. So I love those days, riding the Econoline 350 with you, being the shotgun kid, and having DK's Donuts and going up the 5 freeway. And then later on, I started to realize, how you made such some of the smallest things so special. And it could be wrapping a gift. I know I could you could give me a used Rubik's Cube and wrap that thing up with cellophane and all the trinkets that you had and just make it look amazing. So I'd walk into any party, and I might not be the best dressed guy, but one thing's for sure is my present always was. Speaking of parties, man, did you throw a lot. And there was some awesome ones. The ones that you threw for you and Dad, the Lunchbox Social, the raft races at College Park, the Monte Carlo casino nights when we were going through high school. One of my favorites was, I think we went to Farrell's or something like that for Steve's, and all the kids were standing up in the van, and you'd lay on the accelerator, and everyone just flying to the back of the van, and then you'd slam on the brakes, and we'd almost all go through the windshield. And not a lot of regard for safety back in those days, but it was sure was a lot of fun. And then, great trips that we've had lately. You and Bogey have been so generous. I love all the attention to detail that you put on for family fun. I think my favorite was when we went to Cabo, just sitting in that circle table that we had out by the ocean and hanging out with the rest of the family and watching the kids, dare each other to eat fish eyes. I just thought it was fun, something I'll never forget. Absolutely love it. And last but not least, I would say I am super proud to be your son. And I hear it all the time in the community. What a wonderful lady you are. People that haven't seen you in a long time. Or definitely when I'm at the David Salon and you hear whispers of, oh, that's Holly's son over there. And somebody's got to rush over to tell me what an amazing person you are. You remember everyone's birthday. You remember the smallest detail. You're such a special lady. It's just it's really cool to see how you make people in the family feel, and then also in the community feel just so special. And you are an amazing woman. I look forward to many, many more amazing memories with you. And happy birthday. I love you.
Gigi, I'm so excited to make this video for you because I don't know if you realize all the memories you've made over the years, what an impact they've had on all of our hearts. And we're so blessed and lucky to call you Gigi because it's such a perfect fit and so apropos. So I'm going to start with some memories back in the Paychecks days when someone would come running, one of my girlfriends from the office, after we'd been combing the white pages, and they'd announce that there was a package from Holly Habermas. So we all knew that was time to stop and gather around and see what possibly could be in the package to let us ooh and ah over, and we certainly did. Everybody wanted to be Gigi's daughter-in-law. They were hoping that they would be the next. They always asked how many more brothers were available. Moving on to Beleza days. That was another day where you would come in and unpack your things, and you would be greeted by a wonderful pillow present that was so perfect in every detail and certainly perfect just for me. I remember the days when Leslie would come down and we would fight over the pillow presents, and she would want one as well. She even made you, I think, a few gifts just hoping to woo you over in her later life. I don't know who she was hoping to woo at the time, but she was trying. The wrapping that you taught Todd, thank you. You were an aficionado, and Todd is close. He's very close, and the skills do pay off, and I do appreciate it. The decorating, when we'd come in at holidays, it would be the villages and the trees and the snow, and certainly the Christmas tree that danced right out of Shinoda's. No one could do it better, and I know Todd had a hand in that as well. I couldn't end this video without remembering our family trip to Mexico. There were no missing details in that, of course, as well. We waltzed into literally a dancing mariachi band. The food was perfect, the pillow presents, the time together. We even left with postcards of our special trip for memories. It's been wonderful. We've been so blessed. One day I hope to be a fabulous Gigi as well. I'm hoping I can redeem that role, borrow that role, use that role somehow. We love you so much, and thank you for the love, the laughter, the fun times, the memories. You're so special, and you do so much for others. You put everyone first, and you always think of us. Thank you. We love you for that, and happy birthday. Cheers to 80 years. Love you, Gigi.
Gigi, gorgeous grandma, glorious grandma, and the goat of grandmas. I just want to wish you a happy birthday and share a couple of my favorite memories that I have with you. While every memory with you is one of my favorite memories, here's a couple that stand out to me. The first one being the trip that we took to Hollywood in the party bus, where we stopped at Party City and then cruised on up to Hollywood and did our scavenger hunt. That was such a Gigi adventure, and it had so many fun activities and could only be dreamed up by an awesome and creative mind like you. And I had such a blast on that trip, and I guarantee everyone else had such a fun time on that also. There was so much to do and such creative and fun tasks that we had to do, and it ended up being one of my favorite trips, and ended with a lot of fun pictures that I still look back on to this day. A second memory that I love is the vacation that we took to Mexico with the whole family. There was something for everyone there, and you made sure everyone had the best time. And I will always remember that trip. Just like Gigi, that was a Gigi trip, you know, it was just way overdone. Everything was to a T. And you had it down like to the nitty gritty, with the best, like every little detail was in order on that trip, and everyone had such a fun time. It was such a good time hanging out with the whole family on that trip. And another fun trip that I loved was the one where Hudson's birthday, where we went to Hawaii and got to feed the dolphins ice cubes, and just that was such a fun trip to me, and I'll remember for that one forever. But apart from the trips, a couple other memories that I love of you is the bag lady. When the bag lady would come to CDM High School and drop off a warm In-N-Out burger or a Chick-fil-A sandwich for me, it'd be so fun bringing it back, eating it in front of my buddies, and them being so super jealous of me. And you know, I always loved a great visit from the bag lady at school. That always meant a good meal along with it. And along with that comes Gigi's hospital, the one and only place where you can get back on your feet and like that. She gets you healthy within the next day, but then you can milk it for a little bit because you'll be like on the come up, but you have to have one day beyond your fever where you got to stay home from school. So you can always milk a couple days longer than you're actually sick over at Gigi's hospital, but you always get the fresh pasta and ice cream and everything to get you right for getting back your health. But that is the place you want to be when you're sick. Anyways, Gigi, I love you so much. There's so many memories that I have with you, and so many more I hope to create. And you know, this whole entire family is so lucky to have you as our grandma, and we all love you so much. Love you, Gigi. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gigi. I love you so much, and I love all the memories we've made together, but I'm going to talk about some of my favorite ones. My personal favorite is when I would get to skip school and go to Gigi's hospital for a day or two for stuffy nose or whatnot, saying it was a very bad disease that needed some cup of noodles, bacon wrapped tater tots, and just TV and just personal service. And then ice cream every night. You can't forget about that. Those were my favorite by far. I also loved our trips when we would go to Party City for like Chase's birthday. We would spend hours just looking at everything in the store just to buy a couple things. But those would always be the most fun for me. I love those so much. And when we go to Shinoda's and we bought a carousel for no reason, just because, and just looking around the stores and everything with you, it was just awesome, just spending time with you in general. And those are the memories that will stay with me forever. I also love all of our trips to New York, when we would go and watch all the plays and all the theater stuff that we would see, like the magicians and everything. Those will always stick with me too. Those were awesome and super fun. I love all the family trips that you've planned for us, like our trip to Cabo or the cruise ship. Just how you bring everyone together and how it's just, like, they're always perfect. I don't think I've ever been on a trip with you that hasn't been, like, perfect. Like, you have every single thing planned so far in advance that, like, nothing ever goes wrong. And it's just, it's amazing. And I just love everything that you've done for me personally, like helping me out, just in life in general. And the way you go about everything is just like, it's very straightforward and it's like awesome. It's completely different from how my family handles things. We're just like day by day, but you're like planned and it's just like everything works perfectly. Like you have everything perfect, which is just like, it's how I've slowly became. And I've taken a lot of things from you. One bad thing I've taken from you though is my germaphobe. We're in a shower cap in a motel. That was definitely not one of my finest moments, but I took that from you. Just living in Four Seasons with you all the time kind of took a toll on my head, made me think of this motel as just garbage compared to your 5-star resorts that we always stay in. But I just love you so much and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gigi. I love you so much, and I wanted to share some of my favorite memories with you. The trip to Las Vegas was one of my favorites, and we got to see The Magician and the Americans Got Talent show, and we got to see the girl on the spinning circle and the guy throwing knives around her. And I love the hotel with the awesome wave pool. And the New York trip, we got to go on a helicopter ride in the awesome hotel, and I loved going to the M&M store. And then the cruise ship with Chase was my favorite, and we got to go on like one of the highest water slides in the world, the Coco Cay cruise ship. And staying the night at your house, having pasta night, and then waking up to Breakfast of Champions is my favorite always. My Oculus birthday was one of my favorite birthdays ever, and the Cabo vacation with all the cousins was also my favorite, looking at the pictures. Happy birthday, Gigi. Love you.